Chris, what is the best fit for Melo?
Yeah, I'm not in love with him anywhere. I gotta be honest. Like, Melo's, the role he didn't want in Oklahoma City, he's gonna have to accept wherever he goes. Now, I'll say this. I don't think he's not going to Golden State. But I think that would be the best place for him. He'd have to come off the bench, but he could go there, get you 8, 9 points off the bench, and win a championship and change his reputation as a guy that doesn't want to accept the role. Because Melo's going to have to accept, I'm not the superstar anymore. I'm going to have to be a role player, maybe even come off the bench, or he's going to go out like Allen Iverson. Iverson couldn't accept that role, and his career ended maybe prematurely because he wanted to still be the superstar. Houston, of the teams you mentioned, I mean, Philly, I think Melo might think he's bigger than the two young guys, which could be a problem, but that might work. Houston, I think, is the best. Miami, where are they going? And what's he going to do? I don't like him there. Lakers, I don't like him because I want Brandon Ingram or Kyle Kuzma, or maybe even if it's Lonzo, to emerge as a second star, or at least get the chance. That's what you have to do if you're the right. You have to see, can one of these guys be a second star, and if we get somebody else, a third star to LeBron. I don't need Melo coming in there and being the second guy next to LeBron. Now, in Houston, maybe that could work. He could certainly add a mid-range game. We saw him miss 27 straight threes in the playoffs. They need to get a little bit more mid-range. Golden State does it. He could add that to them. The problem is, you saw in Oklahoma City, they could barely have him on the floor at times because of his defense.
Yep.
And there's going to be times in Houston where they're better with Luke Baamute or P.J. Tucker or both on the floor and Melo on the bench. How's he going to handle that? So it's a tough situation. He has to accept he's not that superstar. And it's fine. I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. But times have changed. You're older now.
But that's the problem. And with great players, it's hard for them to understand and accept they're not that player anymore. They're still the same. They're in name. He's still Carmelo Anthony. But we call him Carmelo. We don't say Melo because he's not that guy anymore. He did from 22 points a game his last year in New York to 16. Skip, he plays iso ball in an era with ball movement and everything. Now, I don't like him. I agree with you, Chris. I don't really like him anywhere. But if I had to put him somewhere, I'm going to put him in Houston because Trevor Ariza left. He can step right into Trevor Ariza's spot. Now, going to the Lakers makes no sense to me because why would you do that? If you wanted to clear the decks, you should have just went ahead and traded him because Carmelo can't be the first or second best player on any team that has championship aspirations. At best case, he needs to be third. I'm thinking fourth now. If he's your fourth option,
ideally he's coming off the bench. He could be good in that role.
But he's unwilling to accept that because, Skip, he's Melo. That's beneath me. I'm a 10, 11-time All-Star. I've been an All-NBA player. I've been second in the MVP voting. How can you ask me? Because, Skip, you look at it, what's his classmate doing? His classmate is still the best player in the NBA. He's like, I can still do that if I give him the opportunity.
No, he can't. I like Carmelo Anthony, the guy. I like him a lot. I am done with Carmelo Anthony, the basketball player, because I think he's basically done in the NBA because he's not going to accept that role in Golden State. He's just not going to do that. He can't. He's not built that way. And the difference between a Carmelo and a LeBron, who are basically the same age, they're just a little apart.
A year.
You know, is that LeBron kept himself in supreme shape. He's in the best shape of his life, and Carmelo looked more and more out of shape as the year went on last year in Oklahoma City. And I thought they could utilize him as that spot-up shooter, and in the end, he can't even do that, to Chris's point, because you can't have him on the other end of the floor because he guards nobody. And even Oklahoma City finally said, and that was a ton of money, they just said, we're going to eat this. We're done. He is more of an albatross around our necks. You know, he is a liability for us. Instead, we get no plus minus. There's no plus to his minus.
Only minus.
Only minus. And it's sad to see. It hurts my heart to watch him now because once upon a time,
it's
Like
phenomenal.
Kobe always said, he's the hardest guard for me in the low post because he is just a baby bull. You know,
But
like,
think about think about what that entails.
Yeah.
That entails him being the sanitation truck backing you down.
Yeah.
Beat,
Beat.
ISO ball, Skip.
know.
So the ball, and see, the reason why he didn't fit in with OKC, that's not what he is. Klay Thompson is a catch and shoot. Kyle Korver is a catch and shoot. That's not what Carmelo Anthony is. For the 15 years, Skip, he's been ball dominant. Give me the ball. Get out of my way. I'll go get buckets. Now you're asking him, okay, Carmelo, I'm going to need you to stand out by the three-point line or the mid-range game, and I need you to catch and shoot.
Yep.
That's not what he is. He has to put the ball, turn his back to the basket, and go get buckets like that.
Correct.
He's delusional when he thinks he's something more than that.
He is, and he still does. And yet, to your point, Houston obviously, or both your points, Houston has a glaring need.
Yeah.
But Trevor Ariza,
Play defense.
he played
Yes.
hard. He plays hard. He is a 3 and D, and he's more D than 3,
Right.
actually.
Right.
Plays with passion. He's the guy you want in your foxhole with you. It's the flip side of Carmelo. They both shot it about the same from 3, but Trevor made up for it on the other end of the floor.
Well, maybe that's what wore Trevor down, skipping Game 7. Having to guard Chase Klay Thompson, having to try to guard Steph, trying to guard KD. Maybe that took a lot out of his legs because in Game 7,
because he and P.J. Tucker were the heart
Yes.
of that defense, man.
Yep.
They were bringing it. And by the way, they did re-sign Gerald Green, who I've always liked.
Yeah.
He's a
He's a
Houston
perfect fit for
guy,
them.
but he's 6'7", and he's going to get some of those minutes now that Trevor Ariza will leave. I just think, look, obviously Chris Paul is going to say publicly, I want my friend here. Maybe LeBron, if asked in the next few weeks, will say, yeah, I'd love to play with my close friend. But they know in their heart of hearts, it won't help them win basketball games.
Well,
Yeah, the banana boat thing needs to stop.
it needs
And
to
I don't
stop.
even I think I agree with you. I think in their heart of hearts, the players know this
We gotta
stuff
say this
won't
publicly.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the media needs to stop pushing this. The banana boat crew might come together so they want Wade in LA now. I mean, come on. We've been there, done that in Cleveland a year ago. Let's stop. LeBron is an aberration.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett were aberrations, but more so LeBron because players cannot think, oh, I came in the same draft class as LeBron. I can still play in my prime. No, Luke Walton was in the draft class with LeBron.
Yeah.
He was.
I mean,
So was David West.
yeah,
They're not
it's
even
totally different.
Yes.
And the question is, will Melo go out gracefully? Like, I don't even know if it's gracefully. If he retired, it wouldn't be bad. But like Paul Pierce went to a few teams, Washington after his prime.
And
the
he played
Clippers.
okay in Washington.
In Washington, he played
did.
really well.
Yeah.
Melo could fill that type
Maybe.
of role, I think.
For a fringy playoff team instead of a contender.
But how does it? But see, Skip.
The game has changed so
Right.
much. Even since Pierce was in Washington,
Yes.
it's changed with the three-pointer becoming bigger and nobody wanting that ball stopper.
But as a great player, you got to see yourself as you start to age and not be that guy as something other than that great player. Carmelo doesn't see himself as anything other than Melo in Denver and in his early years with the Knicks. So he can't get past that. So he can't accept or see himself in any other role except the one where I'm number one option. He's never going to be the number one option again.
Remember how Draymond shamed Paul Pierce in the
Yeah.
last year?
that-
Do you want to see
I
Melo
told
go
you,
through that?
He goes, hey, they don't
that
love
was
you like Kobe.
that
you
was
thought you-
class A trash talk.
They don't love you like that.
Let me say,
vicious trash talk.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
This is the thing with Melo. If he would accept coming off the bench, I actually think he could help OKC off the bench.
I thought they were just going to suck it up and
No.
go forward.
They gonna
To
get
me, they should have went to him before he opted out. As soon as he said, I ain't coming off the bench, they should have had dinner with him the next night. Melo, we want you to come off the bench. And if not, you can go elsewhere. And maybe, I doubt it, he's smarter than that, but maybe he would have opted out.
No, he ain't opted out. $28 million because he knows he's never going to make that kind of money.
No, he's
again.
smart not to opt
Yeah.
out. But
So
Well, you made a joke earlier about going back to the Knicks. Maybe he needs a swan song with the Knicks.
Go back
you
to the
know?
Knicks.
I don't
the
know.
thing is, the run there wasn't great enough. If they had had a great run,
Yeah, that's true.
they would have brought him back as the conquering.
Well, the best run happened when they had Jeremy Lin and Melo was hurt. that was
Well, no, give him credit for the 54-win season.
They did.
Second round of the playoffs. Give him credit for that.
Mike would.
I mean,
That was the one
he,
run.
he
Yeah,
did
the
steal.
one
He
year.
did steal one vote from LeBron to keep LeBron from being unanimous MVP that year.
Yeah.
That was my man Gary Washburn. Shout out to Gary, love you, Boston Globe.
But it's over.
it's over.
It's
It's
over.
over.
for him.
He has to accept
He
it.
has to accept that.
He might go out like AI. That's how Allen Iverson went out, remember?